Shalom, Rainicorns. It's Ellie the Empress here. And so today, rather interesting topics. We're talking about branding, we're talking about leveraging, talk about liquidity and profits, and we're talking about debt and collateral, okay? Now, if you're unfamiliar with those terminologies, I highly recommend just going ahead and getting your dictionary, getting your Google, and writing those things down and incorporating them into what it is you aim to be reaching toward, okay? So things like having collateral, why would you need collateral? What the heck is collateral? Okay, if you're doing anything in business, you need to have what's called skin in the game. Okay. And so by having some sort of skin in the game, that makes whoever else you're working with to be able to just trust you a little more. Because it's like, okay, well, if anything happens, this person risks this. So your collateral is what you own, is whatever you have that's liquid, is whatever assets you own. Okay, and you're able to put that up for something. All right. So I'm going to go over a couple of things that I recently read in this book. This is Law and Public Order in Space. So ladies, like I had told y'all, we're going to be going over the concepts of marine liquidity, fiduciary flow. So as time goes on, you'll get used to hearing me saying that. And so marine, water, liquidity, liquid water, along with financial liquidity, as you can see in the title of the video. And then you have fiduciary, which is finance, which is law. And then you have flow. So again, water and then flow, your ability to do things. So I read a little bit, and I wanted to share this with y'all. So objectives, okay? And again, I speak specifically to ladies when it comes to certain things like this. So males, guys, you all would have to invest $11,000 to work with us. So I don't have it set up yet, but soon I'll have it set up to where you can spend $11,000 to get in on what we're doing here. Okay, for ladies, I can trust you to an extent. And for everyone in general, if you would like to know more information about these topics, our virtual business meetings are available in the channel membership. So they start at 99 cents a month. So you can go ahead and get access to the virtual business meetings. So objectives. The most basic objectives of the participants in Earth space social process probably will not, in the early stages of space adventure, greatly differ from those which they have exhibited in the Earth arena. No doubt, however, new objectives unique to the space environment will gradually emerge. On the basis of their varying identifications, the objectives sought by the participants may be very broadly characterized in terms of a maximization postulate. Each particular participant acts to maximize its values in relation to the other participants in the comprehensive arena. So, a lot of words, a lot of words. So that word postulate, I had to look that up. So basically the collective groupthink, the evolved groupthink, okay? And so I call it positive pack mentality, and I have a video on that on one of my other live streams. You can go back and watch that and what I think about positive pack mentality, evolved groupthink, okay? So that's an agreement that everyone has, has come to see as a truth together as a collective. So I'll read that last part again. Each particular participant acts to maximize its values in relation to the other participants in the comprehensive arena. So I serve my neighbor serves me. Okay? It's a collective ability to serve everyone. And so whatever is necessary for the collective to go higher, do better, be more of service to each other, that is everyone's goal. That's the comprehensive arena. That's what we all comprehend. That's what we all understand. That's what we all overstand about the situation. Certainly, it is unlikely that man's entry into space will render obsolete, at least in the foreseeable future, the basic categories of demand. For convenience in exposition, we review some of the more important emerging objectives in terms of representative value categories. Okay? So, a whole lot of words. just an excerpt of what the basis is here. So if you go on my community tab and you go on my website, you'll be able to see where I have the post artificial private islands. What the heck is an artificial private island? So when you study what billionaires are able to do, they can get things like super yachts, and along with certain super yachts, they can also have mobile islands created and built. So instead of going that particular route of having some company who builds yachts to create a private island for us and spend upwards billions of dollars to be able to do that, we can do it on our own with recycled materials. And I explain that entire process. It's in the community tab and it's for free to see on my website, okay? And so that's what getting back to the marine liquidity fiduciary flow is about. So what does that have to do with regular business stuff? So we have been talking about business evolution on this channel for a little while now. And it's beyond doing the hustle thing, it's beyond getting one sale, it's beyond getting that one customer. It is beyond the everyday, what do I need to do to make a dollar? Now we're making our dollars work for us. Now we're introducing leverage. And now we're introducing just our brand working for us versus us going out of our way to do something to make money. We're making our money work for us. We're leveraging different things. We're putting things up for collateral. We're able to risk these things now to be able to do what's necessary for big projects. We're talking about buying a piece of real estate property. Okay, you could put up collateral, you could do that. We're talking about projects like literally creating your own island, and then on top of that, having an underwater facility that's parallel to it. Okay, that's an entirely different category of business, okay? So when you have things like that on your mind, this third dimensional business stuff goes beyond the everyday hustle. It goes beyond having the typical business partner. If you decide to have one, you're going to need business partners. You're going to need employees. You're going to need these things in order to achieve the amount of success necessary to operate in an entirely different environment. All right. And so we have things like liquidity and profit. So we know what a profit is. You have whatever service or product, you invest whatever time and finances necessary to get it or create it, and then you sell that service or product to someone, and the money in the middle is the profits that you made. And so that is how you are liquid. That is what you put into your bank. That is what you use to buy assets. That's what you use to purchase whatever sort of things are necessary for your life. Okay? So when you take into consideration the fact that we are going above and beyond the typical thought process of the regular person, now you have to think, okay, well, everybody has an online business. Everybody has some sort of side hustle that they do. Everybody has that. I am doing something different. Okay, so how do I manage going above and beyond what the typical person is going to do? So if you're talking about being a millionaire as an individual, then you have to already be thinking on different people's levels. So for myself personally, I study billionaires. The easiest way to become something is to study whoever is above their level. So for me to become a millionaire on paper, then it's smart to study multimillionaires and billionaires. So if you're looking at people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk who have their own independent space programs, okay, so you have the waters, the seas and the oceans, and then you have space. They're parallel to each other. So the celestial bodies that are in the ether realms are also in the water realms. I would have to look up to people like that in order to seek a particular type of inspiration business-wise in order to fund things like our underwater operations. Okay, people want to know where the flying cars are. Okay, we got Elon Musk with the Tesla stuff. That's the self-driving cars. It may not be flying, but it's self-driving. And then you have the electronic cars. And then you have, okay, automatic service systems for darn near everything now with Amazon. And that's what you have Jeff Bezos for. And then they both have their own independent space programs. Okay, so now, ladies, I can recommend y'all get this. Go ahead and get this as preparation for what we have going on with our Marine Liquidity Fiduciary Flow community. So you'll be up on game on knowing exactly what's going on when we get to that. So masculines, guys, y'all are going to have to, like I said, the membership for y'all is going to be $11,000. You can get this if you want to. This is just $22. Okay. The link is on my About tab. The link directly to this ebook is not there. You have to click the hashtag New Age Investing ebook link in order to get to this one on the website. But if you get the homeschool kits, it automatically comes with that particular ebook. But like I said, for masculines, even if you get this, it's not a guarantee for you to get into our community. You have to pay $11,000 for that. I'm being very particular about that because with guys, y'all just operate differently than females do. So this is called Blockchain Investing with Derivatives Backed by Real Estate and How to Get Started. So you have your futuristic business with Elon Musk as an example, and I'm being very literal when I'm talking about these people. Futuristic business, self-driving, and what's it called? Electric cars. And then of course he has the Neuralink thing. I'm not tripping on the Neuralink word. Then you have Jeff Bezos, automated business. So drop shipping, you have whatever business wants to be over there. Amazon has streaming platforms. Like Amazon is Amazon. A to Z. That's why the arrow goes from A to Z like that on the Amazon sign. And so you have real estate, which is old school. It's not too futuristic. But you have blockchain technology. Then you have derivatives. Derivatives are not new. However, they're new to the average person, the average thinker. So everybody knows about the stock market. Above the stock market is the derivatives market. We have over-the-counter markets and different things of that nature. And so that's what I cover in this particular ebook. So like I said, ladies, y'all can go ahead and get this. So when I do open up memberships for Marine Liquidity Fiduciary Flow, you guys will already have an idea of what I mean when I say governance. And so even talking about things like the matriarchy, just ladies being in charge of certain things and having the organizational foundation set. So just by us having that set, will it be exclusively females? Absolutely not. We'll just have the foundation set. So when we do introduce masculines to certain things, there will be no questions. There will be no trying to figure things out. It's already there. It's set. And everybody's able to get to work. Okay? Like I said, just $22. So you can go ahead and educate yourself on this stuff is necessary regardless. You don't even have to work with me specifically. Okay. Let's see. Which one are we going to do? Okay. Page 14. Okay. Juana Carcamo said, hi, Bright Eyes. Hello, how you doing? So this chapter on page 18 is called Real Estate Property Derivatives, Adapting and Expanding on the Blockchain. So a lot of jibber jab. It's good to get the ebook and to do your own studies on your own time to figure out exactly what this is. So like I said, the comparison, okay? You have Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. They have their own independent space programs outside of NASA, okay? Independent space programs outside of NASA that they're able to fund and operate because they have futuristic type businesses. Okay, so honestly, it doesn't even matter a lot of what they have going on, liquid or profits, because they're able to leverage their brand. Okay, so going back to the title of the video, you have to think on the levels of these individuals. So for the ladies, in one of the last streams I did, not the one today, the biz, when I got ready in this outfit, the other one, what did I call it? When I was refreshing my ponytail. So by refreshing and re-upping, I was talking to y'all about adopting the mentality of the colonizer. So when you adopt the mentality of the colonizer, you can no longer be colonized. So when you think and operate on the same levels as the individuals who are doing the colonizing, then you're able to maneuver and operate on the same levels that they are financially and through assets and investments, okay? Wholesaling property and scouting leads as a bird dog displays the trail many of us started on. During these journeys, we discover that many options of investing in said leads and properties. A not so spoken of investment strategy is property derivatives. It's the concept of real estate investment trust, REITs, and expanding on that. Okay, Juana said, "M great cupcake." That's great. That's great. KO Pharaoh waving. Hey, KO Pharaoh. Firefly said, "Hey, Ellie, you looking so pretty. Greatly appreciate you, Firefly. Greatly do appreciate that. I feel it pretty too. I just left from the bank, and so I had to, the get ready with me that I did earlier was for business casual. So this is business casual for me. The outfit's really cute, very casual, and then like the get up is business. Like I put the eyeshadow and a little bit of blush on, and the lips, they were more popping earlier with the gloss. The gloss kind of wore off, but still, hair, nails, and face. So yeah, and then the jewelry wasn't too much. I didn't do the hoop earrings, and then this right here. So with that passage that I just read, that is the concept of real estate. So that's the old concept. Now we're going to be introducing the newer aspects of it. So I spoke on derivatives a little bit. Being able to invest in properties or the debt through derivatives makes the process less risky for investors who choose not to purchase a property or loan the funds. Gains and returns are the possibility without the stress of property ownership and maintenance. So a landlord or a house flipper would have to deal with the actual house. When you invest in a REIT, a real estate ETF, or a property derivative, then you are able to invest money and gain returns without having to deal with the actual property itself. Okay, you don't have to deal with construction. You don't have to deal with property management. You don't have to deal with tenants. You don't have to deal with even the taxes. You just put your money in and the other people take care of all those other things. A derivative in which the outcome or payoff is determined by the outcome or payoff of an underlying asset conditional on some event occurring. Include options, credit derivatives, and asset-backed securities. So when you have derivatives, you have options, credit derivatives, which is, basically floating magic money that you can pay back. Then you have asset-backed securities, which is why I specifically speak about real estate. Real estate is one of the most secure, it's probably the most secure asset in all investment strategies. 90% of millionaires are made through real estate because on paper, that is a millionaire, $1 million property. And so when you factor in debt, leverage, and everything like that, you can become a millionaire just by purchasing one piece of property. It could be a commercial property. I know one goddess, she has a hotel in Detroit, and she also has her own gold mine and her own private bank. So when you're following people like that, and you are being influenced by individuals of that caliber, then you have a different mindset of an individual. So like I said, when you follow the individuals and you see what type of decisions they are making, it makes your thought process very, very different. Okay? We're no longer in that hustle and grind stage. Now, if you still are and you're watching videos like these to encourage yourself, that's good. That's great. Do what you've got to do for your expansion on your own journey. I'm just letting it be known, this is where the rainicorns are going at this particular moment. Firefly say, yes, I missed the live earlier, but I went back and watched it and got finished and seeing you just post this live. That's dope. You really puts out some good information. I'm learning and listening. Greatly appreciate you. I appreciate that so much. That's all I want to hear. That's the best thing. As long as everyone's learning, able to get what I'm saying and able to implement different things, that's all I care about. We recognize that real estate or the debt used to purchase the property is considered an asset-backed security. And so, like I said, debt and collateral. Okay, when, for example, a guy like Robert Kiyosaki, right? He can be polarizing with his stance on different things, but at the end of the day, he will break down what good versus bad debt is. A lot of people will see the word debt and immediately get scared when you can utilize debt to be able to, you can use debt as collateral, but you can use debt to be able to leverage different situations that go on with your business and or your investments. Markets where you can trade derivatives. Exchange traded markets. Derivatives traded on organized exchanges that are standardized and highly regulated. So if you have a concept like FTX, right? So before FTX crashed, I'm just using that as an example because everybody can go back to reference it. It was an exchange. Now, it wasn't highly regulated. It should have been. However, this is where our governance, ladies, our group, our organization will be able to curate certain things to make sure that things are properly managed as far as the risk goes. And then over-the-counter OTC markets, non-standardized, customized, and less regulated markets. And so that's what a lot of crypto exchanges are now. A lot of blockchain exchanges are OTC. They're not highly regulated, even though they're getting to the point where now they're going to be more exchange traded markets and more regulated. So that's what you have with derivatives. So with your smaller derivatives, this the exchange traded markets, and then the OTC over the counter derivatives, that's where your bigger investors, your big ballers, your big players get to throw in millions and billions of dollars on the derivatives market. The everyday investor is able to participate with the real estate property derivatives via exchange traded markets. Large institutions like investment firms and asset management funds are able to utilize over the counter OTC markets. A financial instrument that derives its performance from the performance of an underlying asset. The legal contract is a legal document that defines the rights and obligations of each party. The buyer is the long or the holder, owns the derivative, and said to hold a long position. The seller is referred to as a short and holds short position. By studying the roles different investors play in the transaction and evaluating the creation of a derivative, develops full comprehension on how to use this investment method. Adding this with real estate investment trust evaluations assists in applying this investment strategy to real estate property derivatives. In the NFTs and real estate ebook available on the BDRE site, we discover the possibilities of Web3 blockchain distributed ledger technology combined with traditional assets. The United States Department of the Treasury refers to this as crypto assets. That is what the Executive Order 14067, sections 4 and 5 that I did dissect in this ebook, okay? That is what they refer to all this as. They're crypto assets. They're real life tangible assets that are traded on the blockchain. There are multiple ways to incorporate real estate property and derivatives into this strategy. A blockchain distributed ledger technology could be developed for trading real estate property derivatives exclusively. The technology could be built specifically for exchange traded markets and OTCs, over the counter markets. So taking a break real quick. So all that sounds like a lot of jibber jabber if you are not familiar with the terminologies that I'm using, which is why I'm saying, like, go ahead and get the book and take your notes and do what you need to do for your vocabulary lessons, for your personal reasons and for your business reasons, and if you would like to participate in what's going on. Okay, we're talking about connecting with the marine kingdom. So that's the spiritual aspect of it. We have our celestial bodies everywhere. However, they're very, very tangible in the waters. We have the things like the krakens, we have the mermaids and the mermen, we have the sirens, we have Atlantis, okay? And then you have the different water beings that are huge and giant. Then you have the regular ones. You have the whales, the dolphins, the orcas. You have all sorts of large mammalic animals that breathe air just like us, okay? You have killer whales and stuff like that. You have the marine kingdom. They breathe like us, even the ones that don't breathe like us. Like you have the sharks and stuff like that. No matter what you think about sharks, no matter what you think about eels, they're all highly, highly important to our ecosystem, both in the water and in the air. Okay? So when you're talking about connecting with those beings, you're talking about things like space travel. Okay, look. Water travel is the exact same as space travel, and this is what I'm getting everyone to comprehend now. When you connect with beings, the Orisha, Ewa, and Olokun, okay, you can connect with Yemaya and Oshun, but specifically Ewa and Olokun, they are very specific to the sea kingdoms. So us being on our spiritual walk, we also have to take into consideration, like, okay, we got to get our money straight so we can connect to these beings, because this whole being in poverty thing is not where it's at. This whole hustling, like, even if you are a six-figure earner, you got to get up every day and hustle. No, that's not where we're at anymore. We need to make sure that everything is working for us so we can utilize our time to connect with the marine kingdoms. Okay? So, taking full consideration and thought processes and business expansion for marine liquidity, fiduciary flow, taking care of things here on the earth plane, on the surface of the waters, okay, on the land, and then being able to go down into the depths. If you need to go into a submarine for a month, You can't be on your phone or making sales or anything while you're focusing on meditating with a group of mermaids. Just be realistic about it, because, everybody likes to be woo-woo spiritual about cosmic beings that are in the ethers. Yes, the ethers are great, but they're literally in the waters. They're very literally in the waters. So if we're taking submarine trips, we don't have time to be conducting business deals. Our businesses need to be already be working for us, operating without us, and our investments need to be cash flowing and taking care of whatever is necessary for us on the surface of the land. Firefly said, I love dolphins. Firefly said, Ellie, you are so right. Yeesh, yeesh. And so that's the thing. Okay, love for dolphins, love for any other marine kingdom animal. They're highly important to the next levels of our ascension. This is the 5D shift that everybody keeps talking about. We're not living just regular lives anymore. Going and having a beach house is no longer a rich people thing anymore. This is something that we need to normalize ourselves with. Different people have different properties in different areas. Okay, maybe your beach house isn't $1 million property. Maybe your lake house isn't $1 million, $2 million, $3 million property. That's okay. However, with it being on a waterfront, on a body of water, and you're able to directly connect with the marine kingdoms in some sort of form or fashion, that is what's necessary. There could be an encrypted digital coin based off of real estate property derivatives. The coin could be used exclusively for this type of investment and transferred to a different currency after a particular threshold. Real estate property derivatives could be tokenized. The property or loan could be traded as a non-fungible token on an exchange. This could be a collective of properties and loans or singular assets. This could allow individual trades or package deals. It's time to delve deeper into how the financial system operates and adapt ourselves for how the future is moving forward in these sectors. As we learn about how it was operating, we also innovate ways for us to utilize the practice to be done with more ease and efficiency. Okay? And so, like I said, on my website, this is the BDRE ebook, Blockchain Investing with Derivatives Backed by Real Estate and How to Get Started. So a lot of people have no idea what blockchain technology is. A lot of people don't know about real estate, and people for sure don't know what derivatives are. So I break down as much as possible in that ebook. And again, the terminologies are broken down for the blockchain stuff and the NFTs and real estate ebook. And so it's best to you should get this one first. That one's a little more expensive. It's way longer. But, if you want to go ahead and have the mindset for what's going to be going on with the artificial private islands, then you definitely want to get the BDR ebook. Okay? And so this is where we are. This is not just your regular... This is not just your regular, how to start a business. No. There's plenty of people who make those videos. You can go follow them. I do talk about things a little bit on this channel. You can see what I have going on, and I will be posting some of them. I just had to, kind of back up from making that type of content. I need for y'all to see where I'm at mentally and where the cosmic realms are taking all of us mentally, because everybody wants to be a certain place spiritually. Okay, we can work on our spiritual lives all we want to. It's just, does it line up with our third dimensional reality? Okay, we want to have all these cool things going on in the cosmic realms, but we got to make sure our third dimension somewhat lines up with what we have going on cosmically. And by cosmically, I mean in the waters. Okay? All right, I'm not going to be, before y'all too long, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, go ahead and ask. And so, like I said, this is the NFTs and real estate ebook that breaks down what's going on with Executive Order 14067. I broke down sections 4 and 5 in the executive order and how you can apply. It's not just real estate. This book is real estate, but it's the same concept with everything in business going on. Sections 4 and 5 in the executive order covered everything that's going on for business owners and investors. And so that's why I broke it down. I just made it relative for real estate investors specifically. Firefly said, yes, totally understand. Dope, dope, dope with the hearts. Yes. All right. So, yeah. That's this ebook. And then we have the 2 homeschool kits. We have the hashtag New Age Investing homeschool kit. And then we have the Bird Dog Real Estate. That's regular. Just how to start investing in real estate and generational wealth. Both of those include this ebook, the NFTs and real estate ebook, okay? And so if you want just the ebook, you can get the ebook alone, or you can get the homeschool kit, which involves the ebook with it. And then of course we have the hashtag New Age Investing ebook. I'm being guided to flip through. Wow, okay. Teachers, gurus, influencers, and unconventional educators, light course and seminar webinar creators, and discussing these topics encourages them to pour this message into their audience and apprentices. MJ. Our homes provide a high vibrational environment for us to meditate in the results of the fruits of our labor. We practice gratitude for our abundance and prosperity while giving, tithing, our resources, time, and energy to those who cherish them. Gratitude and appreciation to the gods and goddesses who walk the earth for this purpose. Gratitude and appreciation to the highest vibrational beings for your role in the divine mission. So, appreciate y'all. That's dope. Okay. All right, and that is it. Shalom, unicorns. I will see you in the next one. Tawara. That means thank you in Hebrew.
My, I want to study something.